Hello there, coaches. It's Rebecca Ingham here, Star Diamond Coach with Team Beachbody, and I'm here today to show you how to use your business activity tracker to best monitor what you're doing with your business every day and to use it for accountability and also see where areas where perhaps you need to focus on a little bit more, okay? So as you can see here, I have my back office open. And I'm going to show you, if you don't know, where to find the business activity tracker. So first log into your back office and then go under the sales and marketing tab and then click business tools, and that will bring you to this marketing tools page. And the business activity tracker is just a little ways down. So there it is right there. See it? It's right here. And what I want you to do from here, go over to the right side and you have the choice of downloading it in a PDF, in Excel, or in Word, whichever one that you prefer working in. You can use any of them. It doesn't really matter. They all have the same information, so it's just kind of your own personal preference. I prefer to use the PDF file, so click download on that, and you will save that before you go anywhere. Save it to, see there it is right there, but come down and save it to your desktop, and then go in and open that up. All right, so for the use of the screen share here, I won't be able to show you the one I have open up, so I'm just going to use this one, but do not do it this way, okay? I'm just going to show you for demonstration purposes how to put your information in here, but I want you to use that on the document that you save to your desktop. Okay, so you're going to come in. This is all typable if you're using the PDF. Come in and type in your name. What week it is. It's the week of August 7th of 2014 right now. Come in and type in your current rank. You will go in and, if you know, whatever your next advancement goal is, type that in here, and you know, it's something to shoot for, okay? It's better to have a goal and not quite make it than to not have a goal and reach it, right? Okay. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go through today and write out your goals for the week. So we have different goals for the week that kind of all go through the 3 vital behaviors that we follow. So first come in, and every day you need to do something to be proof the product works. So you're going to put in, you know, drink Shakeology. Well, that should be a 7-day-a-week thing, right? And then work out, maybe not a 7-day, maybe a 5 or 6. You can put in 7 if you want, if you're going to do something active but not really do a hardcore workout. You do need to rest your body, though, all right? Personal development, you're going to do something. You can either put in here how many minutes you're going to do, or how many chapters you're going to read, or at least how many days you're going to do some sort of personal development. I personally am going to put in 7 chapters because I am working on reading a chapter a day. Plus, I also add in listening to, you know, calls, listening to podcasts, watching videos on YouTube. There's different ways that I'm always trying to do something just to learn a little bit more every day and a little bit more every day. And I want you to do the same thing because we have to always be continually growing. All right. Then stay connected. This is through things that corporate is putting out there for us. So listen to the Monday Coach Call. Check your breaking news in your back office. Check Carl's page and see what he's talking about today. Check the Team Beachbody 411 Facebook page. Different things like that. Just keep connected. So, you know, you're going to do that, like, again, 7 days a week. Type something in like that. Social media. All right, so social media, that is Facebook, that's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's Pinterest, you know, that's YouTube. So I want you to find a way to post 3 times a day. Pick 1 or 2 areas of social media to focus on. You don't need to be into all the social medias all the time. It will get overwhelming and it will stress you out, and it's just not a good thing. And then you'll end up not being consistent in any of them. So, well, let's just use Facebook and Instagram, for instance. So 3 times a day on Facebook, 3 times a day on Instagram. Make sure that you're doing something that's personal, one personal about you, Something that's health and fitness related does not mean buy my Beachbody product from me. Here's my link. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about posting something from the Insanity page, not just sharing it. You can go ahead and save it and repost it. Maybe it's a recipe that you like that's really healthy. Maybe it's just something that has to do with fitness, health and fitness, and taking care of yourself. But it's not meaning buy my Beachbody things from me. I can be your coach kind of posts. And then something that's motivational, inspirational, I would even say educational, but not lecturing, educational. So every time that you post something on, start with, say, Facebook and get consistent with that. And then once you're feeling pretty solid in that, you can expand out to Instagram. And again, once you feel solid on that, then you can go, maybe tackle Twitter or something like that. But start with 3 posts a day and Facebook. So let's just say 3 times 7, that's 21. So that will be my goal for the week. I will do at least 21 posts. New contacts. New contacts are people that you meet out in the world. They are people who you find on Facebook and connect with. They are, people that maybe you are using Twitter, and then you found somebody on Twitter and you asked if they, wanted to connect on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. So new contacts. I count them, for me personally, as a new contact when they are a Facebook friend or a potential Facebook friend. What I mean by potential is if I see somebody on Facebook who I think would be somebody I would like to become friends with, I will send them a Facebook message and, ask if they'd like to connect. I have like a certain thing that I say, and I try to personalize it and let them know why I would want to be friends with them. And I send them a message, and then I keep a list of the people who I've sent messages to. So I consider those new contacts. Maybe you want to be more strict with yourself, and until they are an actual Facebook friend, then you will count them as new contacts. But I try to do at least 3 of those a day. All right, invite to join a challenge group. Same thing. So you're going to find people who you are already building a relationship with and ask them, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I'm starting this new challenge group. Would you be, maybe it's something that you'd be interested in checking out, or maybe you know somebody. Just different invites like that. People that you are working with and taking them through the, our 5-step invite process. So again, 3 is a reasonable number. At least do 2. You can do as many as 5. If you are a brand new coach, or you are just getting more plugged into your business, try to keep it a little bit lower so it's realistic to you. I always try to explain it. It's like if you're starting P90X and you go and you buy the 25, 30-pound dumbbells and you're trying to do overhead presses with those, you're not going to get very far very fast. But if you go and start with the 8 or 10 pounds and you're doing overhead presses with those, and as you build up your endurance and your strength, then you can start adding more. Same thing with your business. All right. So now the next one is invite to learn about the business. And that same thing, if you are talking to somebody and you think that they might possibly either be interested in checking out coaching, or you think that you see something in them that maybe would make them a good coach, ask them. Just say, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested or not, but have you ever considered becoming a coach or checking out this coaching thing that I do? And now we have different places where you can plug them into. We have webinars. We have the Introducing Team Beachbody video. That's a great one to get people to look at even initially, just to kind of get their feet wet and see if that is even something that they want to explore a little bit more. If you're having opportunity meetings in your area or online, things like that. So go ahead and work on inviting, on an average, 3 people a day, or 2, like I said, same thing. Following up with your customers, prospects, and teams. So this one, I actually just put, I don't make a number so much. I shoot for, at least sending out 5 new emails or messages a day. But, if you want to make a solid number on this, go ahead. I just put down, I'm going to do it 7 days a week. That's what I do. You can do it. You can make an actual number for the week. You can put 35 or, I don't know, whatever you want to do, but at least do some every day. Now, if you've been a coach for a little while and you have some customers, make sure that you are working on sending them something or trying to converse with them on a fairly regular basis. So, existing customer check-in, those are the customers you get from the business. Those are customers that you have found and have connected with. And depending on how long you've been a coach, you might have, hundreds of customers, or you may have, maybe a dozen customers. It doesn't matter. As long as you start doing these steps above, you will eventually have a good solid here. So just work with the people and work on building relationships with them regardless of where you're at in your business. So here is some ideas on how to check in with them. Again, if you feel like you want to make a solid number of that, then go ahead. Otherwise, how many days will you send out at least, 2 or 3 or 5 emails or e-cards or text messages a day to your customers? So, make it realistic, and it also depends on how many you have. But you can put, I'm going to do it 7 days a week, or you can put, total of, let's just put 20. I usually try to do at least 5 a day. But all right, connecting with your team. Now, of course, if you are a brand new coach, you don't really have a team yet, but you also have your team above you. So connecting with your team is either the people that are, came before you or the people that you have brought into the business. Every day, try to do something to connect with your team. We have our Diamond Force Facebook group. Check in on that. We have the Team Fit Revolution group that we are part of. Check in with that. If you are in the Coach Basics training, do that. If there's, if it's the night we're having a team call, make sure that you're in that. So every day, at least, check in on your groups, or touch base with your coach, or touch base with your, people on your team, that sort of thing. All right, so that's kind of a basic rundown on how to set your goals. Make it realistic to you. Maybe this week you have extra crazy things going on. You're going out of town, something like that. So if you're going to be out of town a few days this week, then go ahead and, adjust your goals for the week. All right, so then now when you come up here, now these are where you're going to tally. So for me, when I drink my Shakeology, I just put like an X. You can put an X, you can put 1, whatever suits your personality. Personal development, I just put done. I keep information in another document where I actually put down what exactly I did, that I will do a training for you guys here before too much longer. All right, stay connected. Once I've, if it's coach call day, I'll listen to the coach call. If I've checked the back office, check the Facebook pages or whatever, I'll type done. Social media. Now these ones I do a tally. So I've already posted once on Facebook today. Well, I've done Facebook, Instagram, and my Facebook page. But right now I just want you to focus on Facebook. So let's just say 1. And then it's still early, so I haven't done much the rest of this page so far. So just keep a tally and keep this open on your desktop, so you can, when you're working your business, you can pop it back up, and you can, once you've made another Facebook post, you can put 2. All right. So just go ahead and keep that going. Then when you come down here to the weekly achievement summary. So this you will total up on Thursday. You will type in how many new contacts you made. This right here. You will, how many of them became customers. Make sure that you just qualify that as people who have signed up for their Team Beachbody account. I don't necessarily expect you to, every person to buy something right away, but if you've got them at least to sign up as a customer and now you have them there, that qualifies as to make that total there. How many coaches you signed up this week, how many Success Club points you've earned, and how much you earned in commissions and bonuses. Now, over here on the follow-up list, say you invited your friend, Jennifer, to join the challenge group, and she says, hey, let me think about that. Let me check out my, your information, and you're working on taking them through our 5-step invite process. Then you'll write Jennifer, and then, I would put the date that you want to follow up with her if you haven't heard back from her. So, be like, 2 days. Now, hopefully when you're talking to them, you actually say, hey, if I sent you a video to check out that will explain what we're doing a little bit better, would you be able to watch that tonight or tomorrow? And then once they say, yeah, I can watch it tonight. So then you say, okay, well, I'll touch base with you then tomorrow, and you'll for sure have watched it, correct? And they will say, yeah. So, but, people get busy, things happen, kids get sick. So, if you have it, I would give them at least 48 hours. I'm not going to be like the next day hounding them unless I can see that they've been on Facebook and talking or whatever. But I might give them at least 48 hours before I actually say, hey, I know you've been busy and all, but did you check out that video? I just wanted to know what your opinion is. So anyway, that's kind of a quick rundown on how to use your business activity tracker. I want you to start using this if you have not already made this part of your daily routine. Start today. It is vital to your business. You will see things happening in your business. You will see areas where maybe you aren't as strong as you thought you were, because we all want to believe that we are doing better than we actually are sometimes. So just use this. It just kind of gauges where you're at, where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, and where maybe we can tweak things here and there a little bit to get things going a little bit further for you as you grow as a coach. All right. So that is your training for today. I will, as always, you can reach out to me and let me know how things are going. Ask any questions that you might have. And I'm always here for you. Okay, guys? So I will talk with you soon. Have a great week. All right? Bye.